Hi fellow realtors, my name is David Mashonsky and I'm here to tell you about Quigler, the revolutionary app that will make your job easier by putting you on the side of the consumer and providing your client with everything they have wanted from us and thereby help you to generate more leads. But first, allow me just a moment to tell you a bit about myself. I've been a realtor for over 25 years and even founded the Manhattan, New York Association of Realtors and the Manhattan Multiple Listing Service. I've served as the chairman of every NAR International Committee and served on NAR's extended leadership team under President Walt McDonald. I'm also a senior instructor for the CIPS designation, and I hold 3 other NAR designations. Now, I'm mentioning all this to you only to assure you that I'm a realtor through and through, and that means that I too worry about where the next buyer or seller is going to come from. I know how hard it is to prospect for new business. I know what it means to sit up late into the evening in a seller's living room to get a listing. And I know what it means to work with buyers and try to manage the hundreds of tasks that we do daily. Being a real estate agent is tough work, and I know that. So, in the next few minutes, let me show you how Quigler will change everything about your business for the better. Now, don't most of us stay in real estate because we love serving our clients? After all, there's no better feeling than helping someone buy or sell a home and walking away from the transaction feeling like we helped them realize their dream. Yet surveys tell us that on average, people trust us about as much as they trust Congress. Our clients may like us individually, but as a whole, the industry is beset by a lack of trust due to incompetent players and driven by low barriers to entry. But we all know that good realtors are like swans gliding across a lake, making it all look so effortless and easy. And because we make it look so easy, much of the hard work we do is hidden under the surface. As a result, our clients don't realize the labor-intensive complexity of everything we do. What we need is help demonstrating the furious paddling that we do under the calm lake. We need that help because clients don't fully understand all the value we provide. For example, they don't realize the time we save them by not showing homes that aren't right for them. They come away from a transaction with only a fuzzy picture of what we did, and with so many ripples in the lake to distract them, they just can't see the furious paddling we do below. Even worse, all that furious paddling results in our having a paltry client retention rate of only about 24%. For successful agents who've been in the game longer, the number increases to about 40%. But even then, it still means we have to seek out new ways to find 60% of our clients each and every year. And by spending so much time finding new customers, it leaves little time for managing the complexities of the transaction. Even more, to deliver swan-like service, we have to keep track of hundreds of independent tasks. Altogether, they create a complex list of to-dos. Even everyday transactions have many moving parts at every step in the process, from collecting comps to negotiating allowances. And large transactions, well, they're even more complex. Governing all this is a maze of laws and regulations, local, state, and federal, that are constantly changing. On top of that, our industry has best practices and procedures that are often challenging in themselves. If only there was a way clients could appreciate just what we have to navigate to get them to the closing table. In this environment, it's not uncommon even for conscientious agents to drop a ball every now and then. It's a risk that just goes with the territory. And we all know that even when we get it right, there's always a higher level of service we'd prefer to provide. And newer agents are particularly vulnerable. All of us were once beginners. With the ink still dry in our licenses, we charged out into the world with a fistful of contacts and a body full of nervous energy. But when we were newbies, where did we go for answers? Once upon a time, we could ask a manager at our brokerage, but those days are over. These days, we figure it out ourselves or we fail trying. And to generate leads, some of us turn to apps like Zillow or Trulia. But both companies were originally aimed at making us the new travel agents, either rare or extinct. Their business model, scraping listings from our MLS, then selling the leads back to us. We know that these apps began with the idea that our work is disposable and that we can be bypassed just as easily as travel agents were when sites like Expedia were started. Of course, for us agents, the good news is that What happened to travel agents hasn't been our story. For all Silicon Valley's ambition, we have proven pretty difficult to squash. And so most of us have formed an uneasy alliance, watching as these apps mine the MLS database for leads and then sell those leads back to us, neatly inserting their profits into the process. And so we try to inform our clients of our paddling by getting good grades and reviews on rating and grading sites, which offer third-party reviews of our services. Yet none of these sites judge us against an objective standard. All of them are based on someone else's subjective opinion that is stated after the fact. And so the public has learned that these sites are highly subjective and can be easily censored and gamed, and they are. After all, when businesses can pay to have a negative review removed, it erodes trust in the whole reviewing business. Ultimately, we agents need a better system of reviewing and grading what we do than the current highly manipulated reviewing and grading model. So we got to thinking about creating an app that would solve all of these issues, beginning with greater visibility for our work so customers truly understand all the beneath-the-surface activities we do. We wanted an app that never allows us to neglect a task or miss a deadline. The app we envisioned would keep us organized and on task, even automating certain tasks, helping us to stay on the right path in the midst of the maze of laws and regulations governing our real estate practice. We wanted an app that helps new agents with a roadmap to best practices so they can start out on the right foot and stay there. We wanted an app that helped us to generate leads while making us indispensable to our existing customers. After all, the best source of leads are our existing happy clients. And yes, we're okay with being rated, but we want an app that generates ratings based on universal standards instead of subjective reviews that are easily manipulated. We want a rating and grading model that uses the standards we already live by, from the law, regulators, and industry best practices. We want an app that generates a rating that cannot be gamed or manipulated and that can be trusted by consumers. And what if this app didn't come from a Silicon Valley interloper or a Trulia Zillow organization who wouldn't care less if we went the way of the dinosaur, but instead came from agents within the industry operating in the field just like us? And what if we had the opportunity to become a founding agent as an early adopter? Well, meet Quigler, an app that has the potential to not just revolutionize our personal business, but to revolutionize our entire industry. An app created by realtors for realtors to guide us down the right path and then showcase all the under-the-surface work we do. And imagine a tech firm that doesn't want to put us out of business, but instead wants to get us more business. Now you have Quigler, your new mentor, friend, and guide. A mentor that empowers all of us to maintain and improve the standards of our calling and together raise the bar on a whole industry. An app that makes our clients love us because it gives them what they want: transparency, constant updating, trust, accountability, 24/7, all in real time. It's an app that articulates our value proposition so we don't have to. And it's an app that helps us easily comply with industry best practices without weeks of schooling and courses that cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars and take up weeks of our time. It's an app that protects our commissions against the erosion of commissionectomies. And it's an app that guides new agents in exactly what to do and when to do it at every step of the transaction. Even better, it's an app that sets high standards, generates leads to quality agents, differentiates good agents in the market, and earns them more money. Well, that's Quigler. So let's end with a quick review. First, Quigler informs clients of all that paddling we're doing under the surface. Second, it gives them real-time text or email updates of everything we are required to do immediately upon our doing it. Third, it allows us to know and follow industry best practices easily, just a click away. Fourth, it enhances our value proposition with clients with the result that they appreciate and trust us more. It gives consumers answers before they can even think of a complaint. The soon-to-be indispensable Quigler Y-Tab is a veritable Wikipedia for industry-approved brokerage practices and processes. Everything required of us is laid out there in an easy-to-read and follow format. Sixth, Quigler is also a time manager, helping us breeze through all the I's we have to dot and the T's we have to cross. It's like an independent third party informing clients of all the best practices we follow for them. Eighth, it thus informs and educates clients about the transaction process so we don't have to. It's like having our own personal public relations firm every day telling clients what we do. And it helps us to generate new business with leads from buyers and sellers who want an agent who complies with those practices. And it generates trust in us as agents. And trust is something that is universal appeal. Don't you always want to hire someone you feel you can trust? I know I do. And because we can generate trust more quickly with Quigler, we can grow our business more easily, or that of our team, or that of a whole company. And with that trust, we gain a competitive advantage that sets us apart and beyond our competition. In short, Quigler tells us and our clients what we're doing, when we do it, and why it's important to them. And it does so in a way that makes good agents look even better and lets newer agents start with a truly high standard. So here's where we are now. Agents in all 50 states can use Quigler immediately because all actions based on federal laws and the Code of Ethics are already loaded. New York and Connecticut have additional citations from state laws, and every month we're adding more states' content. And most is already mirrored in the Code of Ethics, and therefore agents in all 50 states who use Quigler today are way ahead of the competition. So, what does it cost? Well, first, nothing. Start with a 90-day free trial. You'll get everything Quigler offers, including a public profile where buyers and sellers can contact you, your first A grade to enhance your online profile, test drive that allows you to practice till you're perfect, and the instant client notifications that every client loves. At any time, you can buy a 12-month membership for just $39 a month that will continue to give you full access to everything, including all upgrades. Or you can save $78 a year and buy a yearly membership for $399, getting 2 months free. But right now, there's an even better opportunity for what we call our early adopter founding agents. Here's what we've done. We've designated a fixed number of founding agents at launch for the 1,000 most populated cities and the 100 most affluent towns. We did this because we want consumers who come to our site to make sure they find agents who can service them in their local areas. So, when you buy an early adopter founding agent slot, you get an even better deal. You save $101 off our already discounted yearly rate, and you pay only $298 for a 12-month membership. Plus, we'll give you a free option on another 12 months at today's highly discounted rate of $298. But again, this deal is only available if you take one of those limited early adopter slots in your area. After all, we're only looking for a few thousand agents as early adopters, and currently there's 1.5 million agents in the US, Canada, and Mexico. And so, by offering our early adopter founding agents this great deal, we fill Quigler with agents who buyers and sellers can contact, thereby generating new business for our members. Okay, so let's review the opportunity. First, become an early adopter founding agent and buy a 12-month discounted membership for $298. Use Quigler immediately, but your 12-month membership timer doesn't start until your state content is loaded. Second, act now and get a free option to renew your membership for 12 months at the same discounted price. Third, title yourself a Quigler founding agent for life. Fourth, differentiate yourself and set high standards for others. Fifth, get all the upgrades while enjoying consumer traffic via a direct link from Quigler's consumer traffic to your personal website. And remember, we won't start the timing of your 12-month membership until we launch your state's content. Meanwhile, you use the full application for free. You'll still be guided and mentored by the federal laws and Code of Ethics. You'll be found by buyers and sellers in your area. You'll be a leader who first introduces Quigler to prospects and clients, differentiating yourself from the herd. Interested? Here's what to do. Click the Join Now button below. Authorize a charge for $298. Immediately start enjoying all the benefits of Quigler. When we have your state's content loaded, we'll notify you 7 days in advance. Then your 12-month membership begins. Before then, you enjoy Quigler at no cost, allowing you to be the first in your area to unveil its consumer benefits to buyers and sellers and welcome them to transparency, instant communication, industry best practices, and working with an agent who demonstrates trust. While you generate business that could be worth hundreds or thousands of times more than the cost of your membership, providing you with a high return on your investment. Now, isn't that refreshing to hear from a tech firm? A tech firm that isn't taking your listings and selling the leads back to you? One where you can get it on the ground floor early? One that generates leads for you, does your updates for you, directs its consumer traffic to you, all the while putting you on the side of the consumer so you can always win. Just click on the Join Us tab below to lock in your discounted membership with a free renewable option and allow the rest of us to welcome you to the Quigler family.